What's up, everyone? It's the Virtual Viking. And ladies and gentlemen, it's the year 2024 and the console wars are still raging on. Now, console wars have been a thing all the way back since 1977, when the Atari was released as a competitor to the Odyssey, becoming the first two accessible home consoles. And the idea of console wars makes sense, and it isn't inherently a bad thing, as competition between gaming companies to try to become the go-to for gamers has led to some pretty amazing innovations. I mean, look at everything Nintendo still makes, starting from the NES to the Switch. It's just mind-boggling. Competition itself isn't bad. However, this has led to the rise in fanboyism for these gaming companies, and sometimes these fanboys feel the need to throw their hat in the ring and let their opinion be heard on matters affecting their chosen console. Like this mild take: Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart comes to PC on July 25th, bringing the interdimensional adventure to ultra-wide screen monitors everywhere. That's pretty cool. PlayStation sharing more of its games to PC, getting into that market. I mean, I'm sure everyone's pretty happy about that. Sony is now handling us as black people in 1939 USA. Oh my god. We are now second-class gamers, and Sony doesn't care about us anymore. Just like black people had to sit at the back of the bus or had to buy in a bad grocery store, we PlayStation gamers will now have to buy the worst-looking exclusives.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this isn't any type of video like this, no. This is a hot takes video. But before we get into this is my first attempt at doing a hot take style video, so if you guys enjoy this, let me know by smashing that like button and reaching out in the comments, letting me know so that way I can be sure to take an unhealthy amount of time finding cringe on the internet to present to you all. And now without further ado, let's jump straight into the cringe. Started off with another mild response and we'll go from there. Let me just get into character and the fact that worthless like this act like video games are about corporate competition are better off hung or beheaded. There's no possibility anyone can convince me otherwise, warping to their horseshit narrative because they forget or forgot what makes gaming worthwhile.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Now, this amazing, elegant tweet is in response to the Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Just imagine this being your whole personality. Like, dude, we all get mad when corporations pull some shit, but this is just wild. Like, go outside, touch some grass. Just feel it. It won't hurt you. It's all right. Go try it out. Stalker 2's development team formally stated that if Russia invades their country, the game may be canceled. Oh, I'm ready for the Xbox tiers. Y'all got no games on Xbox. Imagine being so consumed in this console wars that when you hear that a game developer is being bombed in real life, you're like, yeah, where's y'all's games at? Yeah, we got Spider-Man. What? Your team's being bombed? Oh, sucks being an Xbox. Am I right, bros? The fuck's wrong with you? So the developers for Stalker 2 announced that they're still releasing the game and it's going to be released on September 5th of 2024. So there you go. That's dedication right there. This next one's not really console wars, but I'm including it nonetheless. Today's economy, I don't think Elden Ring seems like a big enough improvement over past games to warrant $60, especially when other devs are clearly putting in more effort.
Is this good for the player? Is this good for the player? Is this good for the player? Is this good for the player?
How many times?
Well, let's say for as long as it takes for the message to sink in.
I like FromSoft, but they are being lazy. Yeah. I mean, it's not like FromSoft took their Souls formula, which follows a pretty linear path, and very successfully transitioned that into a full open-world RPG with 59 hours of gameplay. And that's if you only focus on completing the main story without all the exploration of the massive world and the side mini-bosses you can fight. And this is only included so I can add this. Don't you dare disrespect FromSoft in my hearing. They're one of the good ones. Leave them alone. Stay tuned, maybe we'll do a Dark Souls video, I don't know yet. Next! The day that Nintendo and PlayStation are the only two options for console gaming, is the day I'll find a new hobby.
Are you quitting on me?
I feel like you were the kid that would just sit on the ground at recess when everyone else wanted to play football and you wanted to play soccer. So you have to sit there and tear up grass and cry. Why? Just why, dude? They're games. Just the love should be for gaming, for enjoying games, for playing games with your friends, not the system or the box that you play it on. Okay, so I don't know what's starting all these Last of Us 2 posts, but there's a few of them. Last of Us 2 has way better gameplay than Doom Eternal, and it's not even close. Wow.
Wow.
Not like they're two different genres or anything. What are you talking about? That's like me going, yeah, Borderlands was a fun game, but it didn't get me as invested into the characters as Red Dead Redemption 2. You see how that doesn't add up? It's like, yeah, because they're completely different types of games. Like, Last of Us is a narrative-driven game, and Doom Eternal is just you're killing demons. That's the fun of it. You're just killing demons. But this isn't all that we're going to hear about The Last of Us 2. You Xbots are delusional and have no shame. Halo 3 is a 5-hour cinematic walking simulator. You Xbox don't even know what real gameplay is. You would never be able to beat The Last of Us 2 on Survivor. The Last of Us 2 has the best gameplay in class. Not one crappy Xbox game has been as close to Ghost, let alone The Last of Us 2. Did I miss something with The Last of Us 2? See my point and above where they're not comparable. And Halo 3 is a walking simulator? Did we play the same game? And not to throw any shade or anything, but if you're into walking simulators, I seem to remember one. Laughing my fucking ass off. Metro wishes it played as seamlessly and as fluid as The Last of Us 2. Oh my god, bro!
The Last of Us 2.
I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say
The Last of Us 2.
one more goddamn time.
Now that Sony owns Halo, when you want to join me in a game on PS5. Okay, the stupidity on this one was actually high enough that it gaslit me for a good second. I even had to look into it. Microsoft owns Halo, sir. That's why I didn't go with Bungie when they left. And a little secret for you guys, I wish Halo was on all consoles too.
There can be no greater heresy. Let him be an example for all who would break our covenant.
$70 God of War Ragnarok versus free-to-play Halo Infinite. Again, why is this so hard to comprehend? It's two different genres. Listen, I love Halo. I grew up with Halo. But I also love God of War. And funny story about God of War. So when I was younger, me and my brother used to get in the car and we would just drive around town for hours. And we were so invested in God of War that we were just driving around to listen to all the God of War lore. Like the nerdiest thing that anyone could do. And our parents probably thought that we were like out hanging out with friends or, causing trouble or something. But no, just driving around listening to video game lore.
You are maidenless.
But again, I love them both. And it's two different styles of games. Sometimes I'm in the mood for some FPS action, blasting some Covenant, playing some PvP with the friends, and sometimes I'm in the mood for a more story-driven thing, They're all valid, except for this post. This post isn't valid at all. Here I am, after inducing anesthesia, intubating, and putting a patient on controlled mechanical ventilation for I'm not going to attempt that word, case in operating room, slandering my identity and my profession, because you Xbots can't argue facts. Saving lives, my job. Console wars, my hobby.
He said it. He said it.
Oh boy. So I put this up here because if you haven't heard of this case yet, let me fill you in. Doctor criticized for engaging in console wars while performing surgery. A doctor in India is under fire for making a video of himself partaking in Twitter console wars during a surgical procedure. You heard that right. This dude was so dedicated to arguing for his chosen console that he filmed himself during a gallbladder surgery, showing his patient and everything to prove a point, I guess. I don't really know why he did it. But this did have the opposite effect, as fans on both sides found out where he worked and reported him to the hospital, so happy ending, I guess. Alright guys, now let's get into some videos and we'll wrap this craziness up. These next ones I found floating around on YouTube. Full disclosure, I of course cherry-picked parts of the video out that I disagree with, parts to show you to make my point. And I'm mentioning that because I want to say please do not go and harass these other creators. These are just points that we disagree on. If anything, one of these guys is a new YouTuber like myself, Darkstar. He actually had some videos that I was enjoying. So after this one's done, go check him out, share the love, check some of his stuff out. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's jump into it.
Why the fuck would they buy or bring their games to an Xbox platform when there really is no market for Xbox games? There is no market. No one buys Xbox Series consoles. Like, let's just be fucking real about it.
Okay, so this is in regards to his greater point that PlayStation shares games with PC to tap into that market's massive player base, but it doesn't with Xbox because there's no market for Xbox. What do you mean? So according to TechReport.com in 2023, Xbox's monthly player base is around 120 million, with PlayStation being at around 123 million. While a few million is quite a lot of people, it doesn't really make much of a dent in the fact that it's around the same amount of people play on both. Now, sales in games is a different story, with Microsoft reporting 15.47 billion in Xbox game sales to Sony's whopping 32 billion in game sales.
That's quite big. Impressive.
But in this case, the sales don't indicate the player base as much as they do a lack of first-party games for the Xbox in 2023. Something I'm sure that we both agree on, but saying that there's no player base for it is just not correct in my opinion. In fact, I think that there's even more of a market for good games to be released to the Xbox community because clearly the player base is there. They're just likely playing games that they already have while they're waiting on a good new hit. If anything, a pretty good market to try to sell to if you want to get a game out there. Now, something else I agree on is there was a record of about 309 billion gamers around the world. So even with the majority of those being on mobile games for phones and a smaller amount on the Switch and whatnot, that's still a massive amount in the PC community. So something we agree on is more of those being shared from both sides into the PC market. Also, quick edit, but I had to add this in there.
The reason why you hung up your fucking plastic weaponry behind you on a shelf.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. Anyways, after this video, make sure you go check out Darkstar, check out some of his stuff, and let's jump into the next video.
Being an Xbox fan, you're eating good. It doesn't matter.
Not like PlayStation trying to sell you another console.
Why is it always with these like talk shows and games? Why is it always like, well, we have a few things I'm excited about coming up? He's like, not like the other guy. Not like the other guy though. They have nothing at all.
They have nothing.
Like, bro, can't you just talk about the subject? They're so fixated on fighting for his team that he can't make up his mind whether to talk about the good things that are coming up for him or to just trash the other guys. This is tribalism at its finest.
Not do anything. What would gaming be right now? PlayStation has 0 games, yo. 0 games coming out.
PlayStation has 0 games. Are you threatening democracy? Kratos would like to have a word out back.
Mind your tongue, boy.
0 games. Why do both sides always go like, the other guy though? They have nothing. They have nothing at all. Like, dude, if both sides were right and both sides had no games, then all of us would just be coming home after work and sitting and staring at a blank screen until we go to bed. No, it's not true. Both sides have awesome stuff. Just enjoy games. Just enjoy gaming. Gaming is the love here, not the console that you play it on. Maybe you come home, you play a few rounds of Halo with the boys. Maybe you hop on with the squad and bring democracy to the automatons. Maybe you unwind to some Animal Crossing on the Switch. At the end of the day, it's all the same hobby, and we all enjoy the same thing. Hell, the love of games inspired my awkward ass to get on camera and make these videos. Just remember that we're all in this because deep down we all have a love for gaming. To try to steer away from the tribalism, and or don't, you know, you could not too, and it'll give me more content to make more of these videos. So let me know if you want to see that. But unfortunately, that's all I have for you guys today. Remember to hit that like if you enjoyed this, dislike if you didn't like it. Let me know down below if you want to see more of this kind of thing, and if you truly want to see more of me, consider hitting that subscribe button. You know, come check me out. Check out some of the new stuff that I'll have coming up. I'm trying to get on a more consistent schedule. My work schedule has been weird for me recently, so I really want to hammer that down and get more stuff out there for you guys. But that's all I have for today. And remember, until next time, I'm the Virtual Viking, and I am out.